take you out. You're my snack. Good thing we got the old pink Jeep, huh?
Yeah. Oh, we have a Land Cruiser too.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go to the banquet.
Gala.
Time for some Gala.
For the Gala.
We have screamed through the valley where the nation of Botany flows through the 67 for
I guess we gotta take old Pinky out on the golf course, huh? Nice day for a party. And my wife.
Hey, we are here for the Hall of Fame dinner. Rock Motorsports, sorry, Hall of Fame. I was watching Shannon. They asked him to bring the Jeep, his first Jeep, the little pink one, and park it here. They thought it would be cool. Obviously, he's an inductee, so he's bringing it through, and they're gonna put it up there by the stage. So there he goes. My narration lately, it's driving me insane. I'm gonna shut up now. Maybe a little more. That's good. I've directed him, picked his parking spot, hope they like it.
Call Ricky right now.
Let me see it again. We need it again.
See, look.
Can you see it?
Oh.
Ricky?
Drew's got his boots
hang on.
tucked.
Now keep it there. I gotta show Anna.
Skinny jeans. Can you get skinny jeans over the top of boots?
Call Jeff. See what Ricky's
Skinny
wearing
jeans?
right
Do you want to
That's
see what
awesome.
Shannon's wearing?
now. No.
No.
Your friends know you're alcoholics and they give you these free drink tickets.
That's awesome.
Look, thanks Larry and Sherry.
Oh, and we have some from Jeepers.
Yes, thank you. The Expo guys, I think.
Yeah, Salt Lake something. I can't remember. Off-road
Yeah.
Expo. Yeah. Thank you.
Supporting our bad habits. Got Rick Pewe hanging out, Mike Flores, and all of our friends.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I can see, yes.
Ron,
What are you guys up to?
hurry up and get you a drink so I can cheer you.
Okay, right here.
Oh, it's going real good. Thanks for the drink.
Glad to see you here.
Yeah. It's good to be here.
Yes, sir.
Nice sunset getting ready to happen.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Some
is.
good peeps.
Some good people here tonight. Good gathering.
Good peeps.
There we go.
Good to see you, Rich.
Get yourself in there too.
I'm
there
here.
you go.
I'm
There.
here.
Live.
Yeah.
This is live.
Oh,
You
this
always
is live.
see me,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay.
Not live.
Live.
Big Rich. Rock crawling fool there. These guys are a lot of the reason I'm where I'm at. And this is wife Donna, everybody. And this guy right here, Mr. Pewe. Yeah, this is one of the guys that really taught us how to do it all.
That's what he says.
Yeah. I remember when he had Republic Off-Road driving that Jeep right there up on the back wall.
Oh,
Yeah, I just got it back, Rick.
wow. You got your Jeep back.
Yeah. It's
Awesome.
It reminds me of how old and dumb I was before I met you.
I'm older and dumber now.
You know, just smoother. You taught me how to make a smooth ride.
There you go, buddy.
Lady in red.
The lady in red.
Oh, looking good, Tiff.
I'm glowing.
And Drew.
And Drew.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bummed he don't have his cowboy boots and his pants tucked in.
No, I'm not even kidding. This is why we FaceTime Jess. I was like, Ricky's got to do it. Just see what Ricky's doing. He would have looked exactly like
I'm not wearing skinny jeans.
The Jeep grill, huh?
Like if you wanted
Party mix.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's like a cassette tape.
Oh, okay. Look like a Jeep
Or
grill
it
to
looks
me.
like a Jeep
I see
grill.
different stuff.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
And then back here,
It would have been an honor to wear.
we got Jeff Wagner and Joe Randall.
No, I didn't get it. I just stole it.
Jeff Wagner, Joe Randall, John Currie,
That's what we meant.
Kenny Bloom, another legend, that's me, in the house all the way from Japan.
Hi.
I love the OGs, man. Fucking come to Utah, see your friends.
Look at how nice Shannon's Jeep is. The OG.
Hello, everybody. Jeff Mello.
Oh, we're in the house.
Hell yeah.
Hey, wait, you took the freeway.
Oh yeah.
You don't trust me?
I trust everyone.
Fucking problem. I can get it on that stage. I'm gonna light up there. I mean.
Be an inductee and would probably be having his induction. I always wanted to conjugate induct. his conduction here tonight. So, yeah, Larry McRae.
And we could have cut you guys.
Guys that are getting inducted tonight are guys I've looked up to since before the sport was even a competitive sport. The first guy we're going to introduce tonight has been doing this, he says, for 58 years. He started by sitting in the back seat of his dad's CJ5, steering with a Frisbee.
Okay, I wanted to jump in here. I just got this note from Branch. Let me read it. It said, they're invited to the stage for 3 minutes of remarks. Okay, each legend will be given a 3-minute time limit for each section. And any legend inductee that times out will be disqualified and all progression points will be lost. God, Ranch, are you kidding me? What's up with these rules all the time? So, yeah, you got 3 minutes, buddy.
All right, I get to start this off, huh? Well, you're going to have some linguists coming up tonight. I happen to know them. I'm going to say pretty much the same thing they're going to say. You're just going to understand my accent better. This is an awesome, thank you very much, Ranch, Little Rich, for putting all this together. I know you have a bunch of right-hand men and right-hand women. I don't know them all. I think I've done a lot of racing. I've done a lot of stuff in a lot of years, and the rock sports industry, the people that make their living, that make their love out here and everything is different than all the other types of racing and everything. This is such an honor to be honored by people that I think are heroes, that are my heroes, that are just legends themselves. I can't say it enough. Thank you very much. Little Rich, I mean, this kid's been around. I've known him since he was in diapers, and I'm going to know him, well, let's just say, depends. But anyway, I can't say it enough. Thank you all very much. This is the community of a lifetime, and I've made a lifetime out of it. I appreciate it.
I don't know what I said, but I was always impressed. I just like to watch them for the entertainment. It was awesome, Yeah, I don't know what to say. I can tell you one thing for sure. I'm affected by the Currie curse. and that is, see, just like that, I get emotional, even when I say it. But I want to thank Ranch and Rich for even considering me, and the whole rest of the judges for considering me, because it's a great honor to be up here. Also, I want to thank my wife for letting me do it, because we only did what we wanted to do. We just wanted to go out and have fun, and that's what we did. Our whole business was based around that. Everything we did was something that we wanted. It wasn't something we were developing for somebody else. It was something that we were developing for ourselves. So, actually, we have Rock Jock now, but we were part of Currie Enterprises, and that Currie allowed me to go out and do what I wanted to do, at least for a couple years, until I figured, I probably should go back to work. So then I went back to work. So, but at the same time, when we were out, rock crawling and competing, and we were actually developing product, and that it didn't feel like work when we were doing it. It just felt like that's something we needed to do to keep up with the competition, to be competitive. And no matter what it was, whether it was competing in rock crawling events when it started back in 98, 99, whether it was the next level was into Ultra 4 and that, we just enjoy doing it. And you don't realize how much time you put into it because you enjoy doing it so much. So whether it was desert racing, whether it was rock crawling, whatever we were doing. And I do remember Jeff Mello, because he was a heck of a competitor. I never competed directly against him, but some of my other guys did. I think Casey did one year. I remember, I think it was in Cedar City. I remember you competing against Jeff. So anyways, and then another person that I just kind of want to honor, Currie came back, was Walker, because I thought Walker brought a whole nother level of professionalism into our sport. And whether we realized it or not, just because he showed up and was there at the level, when I was a kid growing up, we were, he was an idol to us. We would go watch him in short course, and then for him to come out and compete with us in rock crawling was just an honor. So I want to say thank you to Walker Evans. So thank you, everybody.
Hold it. Okay. Man, it's kind of hard to come up here and just follow everyone else. They have their speeches ready. I don't have anything ready. But I have to say, it's kind of cool. 21, 22 years after getting into rock crawling stuff and being here tonight and seeing guys like Kenny Bloom and Shannon Campbell and Chris Durham. And when I started out, those guys were like, they were up here, and I was just a kid starting out. And it's, when I hear some of those guys, like even Larry saying, he looks up to me and follows what I do, and it's cool because when I started watching, I was so into this stuff and such a huge fan of rock crawling. I remember all this stuff from the early days because I was so into it. And anyway, I want to thank, looking out here, I see Big Rich, and Big Rich kept this sport going for so many years and gave me the opportunity to keep going and give me an avenue to build cars and build new products. And Little Rich too. No one really calls him Little Rich too much anymore, just older people like me. But anyway, yeah, I don't even know who else to thank, but I appreciate this whole thing. Ranch and everyone else involved with the off-road motorsports or the rock sports motorsports Hall of Fame. But anyway, thank you.
This guy was one of the first competitors there. And if you're familiar with rock crawling, it's more like a game of chess or like or golf. You really have to know the people and know what they're doing to understand who's winning. But when this guy was at the Donner event, one of the first rock crawling events, and was about ready to time out. His vehicle was on its side. It was smoking. I think it was even on fire. And this guy just went nuts. And there's a video, hopefully we can play it, that really, I think, kicked off this sport of rock crawling. It turned it from something that was kind of hard to watch to truly entertaining. It says here, so Grock tells me that this guy's driving style is explosive. And I think if you know him, you would agree with that. It's very explosive. But he's also very finesseful. He's explosive when he needs to be, but is truly a finesseful rock crawler. So in the first year of ARCA, which is Ranch's rock crawling series, he won the championship, him and his spotter Moose. And I remember that, and it's one of those things that got me into the sport. Those guys were great representatives of sports. More recently, he's been very active in the Ultimate Adventure that is now the Unreal Adventure, but I think his stories on those events have created a whole nother generation of future wheelers. So not only is he actively out there doing it, but I think he's encouraging others to do it, which is very important for us at the Rock Motorsports Hall of Fame. So without further ado, the most entertaining dude in rock sports, Mr. Chris Durham. Come on up.
I know that guy.
Another guy that I'm very honored to say is a friend, and I love wheeling with this guy. Thank you. Yes, it has. Good job.
Is the video up now? I hate to bust the bubble. It was not at Donner. It was at Dawson Valley when I did that. Yes. Dawson Valley. You know, this whole industry has been a phenomenal family over the years. And I'm so blessed to be a part of this in my family. What we have. We strive to be able to do what we do for a reason, because we enjoy it. And today, I'm at 4,800 miles on my Jeep along the way to get here. I still have 2,200 miles to drive home in my Jeep. How many people can say you put 7,000 miles on your Jeep, trail riding, events, and drive it home? That's very rare.
Yeah.
To this day, I drive my stuff where I want to go, wheel it, beat the brakes off of it, and have fun. To this day, not many people can say that. They put it on a trailer to get there and trailer it home. I drive mine to where I'm going. Beat the brakes off of it because I have quality parts that won't hold up. And if you build the correct vehicle, you can enjoy life in a four-wheel drive and make it to where you want to go and drive home. You have to get out and enjoy life outside of everything we do, outside of social media and everything else. You have to enjoy life. And I recommend you building a vehicle that you can drive to the grocery store, you can drive to the parts store, you can drive, go wheeling, and drive it home. My point being is enjoy life in our off-road industry because it is the best there's ever been. People will give you everything that they have. Wherever you're at, you can reach out on social media this day and time, and somebody will give you what you need to get home. 25 years ago, we didn't have that. But we had people, if you told somebody what you needed, they would actually give you the parts off of their vehicle to finish competing against them and racing against them. There's so many people out here right now that what offered me things that I needed to finish. I showed up, started racing this event as a vacation. Put me here today, a vacation. I've enjoyed every minute of it and wouldn't change it. Enjoy off-road.
Love you, Chris.
but I'll go by Big Rich, has spent decades supporting this industry, helping build events, communities, and opportunities for future generations. His influence on both people and programs make him an integral part of rock motorsports story. Please welcome Big Rich. What I know him as Big Rich, but my dad, Rich Klein.
I was told to wait until the video's over. And if you all know me, those that do, that I'm afraid to stand up here and talk, so I'm gonna wait. All right. So, not really sure what to say. I wrote some stuff down. I didn't bring it up because it all seems like whatever. But there's one thing. I got started off-road. First time somebody invited me on the Rubicon in 1982. I was 24 years old. And when I got home, I threw away my backpack because I realized I didn't have to bring dried free, bullshit food anymore. I could bring real food, steaks, beer, that kind of thing. So we started wheeling. And I wanted to figure out a way to get into the industry. And in the late 90s, I was the club president up in Cedar City, Color Country 4-Wheel Drive Club. And this guy said that he wanted to do an event out at Three Peaks, which was not a county park at the time. It was just an area where everybody threw their trash and stuff like that. Did a big cleanup. We got Ranch Pratt and ARCA up there. And I want to thank Ranch because without him starting ARCA and doing a series of events, there was others that did an event here, event there, but put together a series. It got me to thinking that when I got out of Utah, when I got back to California, I was going to start a series. Because as Jeff Mello will tell you, I don't know how to drive, or I don't drive very well. That's why you didn't see any pictures up there of me driving. I'm a trail wheeler. People will ask me, so do you drive these courses that you set up? No, I ain't stupid. So, there's so many people that I could thank, and every one of you guys here that are competitors that are coming up here on stage, thank you so much. You're all friends, you're family, and especially my kid Little. Remember when you wanted a job and I said, yeah, start emptying trash cans? Now you got somebody to empty trash cans, don't you? Yeah. But everybody in this industry has touched me some way, and not in a bad way. So I just want to say thank you for everything and allowing me to be part of this industry for 25 plus years. And I got to say, in 2008, 2007, we all know the economy sucked. 2009 came around, there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened in 8 that 2009 was going to be my last year putting on rock crawling events. And then I met a lady that convinced me to keep doing this. And here we are in 2025, and I'm up here. Wow, never thought that would happen. I feel like I'm on a podium and I've never been on one, so. Anyway, Shelly, thank you for being my partner in life and keeping the sport of rock crawling going by convincing me we could do it and making me continue. So everybody,
I got a list of thousands of people that I could thank, but all of you here, thank you.
Good job, Rich. Thank you.
Anyway, we're down there and we would play this game. It was athletic superstars and all that. You'd have to like do Pictionary and guess who they were. So everybody would do these athletes and actresses and stuff. We used to always, there was a group of us that were wheeler dudes, and we would use you as a trump card. So all I'd have to do to them is I'd say, King of the Hammers, single seat, rear engine marvel, Shannon Campbell. Yeah, I'm like, we would win every time. Bam, it was awesome. So Shannon's been one of the most recognizable names in off-road competition, with unmatched driving skills, groundbreaking vehicle builds.
Yeah.
He also showed what true grit and innovation look like. Please welcome our man, Shannon Campbell. He fits the bill as a living legend for sure. Watch this. Right up there. Not a problem.
Well, all I can say is everybody here has had a lot to do with what I have accomplished. I'll start with someone that's not here, Randy Ellis. He's the one that got me into off-road. And I was going to go stock car racing, and he took me out wheeling one weekend, me and him in a 30-pack, maybe a couple more because we ran out. And then he introduced me to Rick Pewe, another legend. He used to own Republic Off-Road. And I met Mike Flores, which was my first spotter, the Mexican. And he was probably a better driver than me, but he was my spotter. And just everybody along the way, John Currie, so many people I can't even think. My sponsors that are with me today, and still, I don't even know why, because I'm not that good anymore, but I still like to build junk and have a good time. Chris Durham, we used to show up at these events to see our friends. We didn't care about winning or rock, or it was just, once I met these people. Chris drove all the way from South Carolina the first time I met him, and they introduced me to Ruby Reds. It's this drink, it's vodka and grapefruit juice, and I remember drinking so many of them. I was in the outhouse most of the day weeping. But we were here, we showed up to rock crawl and see our friends, and then it turned into this big thing, and then the Hammers came along, and it got a little more serious over the years. But to tell you the truth, it's been so fun to be here. I haven't wheeled in so long and got to be around my friends and be myself. We're always working and trying to just be the best, and we forget about what got us here. Sorry, I'm a whiny little bitch, but I really love everyone here. Wouldn't be here, wasn't for everyone. So all the promoters, thanks everybody for doing this. And all the people that are honored here are probably people that got me here. Everything, if I'm forgetting anyone, forgive me. I don't want to waste anyone's time, but I love you all. And you're going to see a lot more of me having fun.
Wow, it kind of makes you see what makes this this motorsports thing flow. These guys really do they build some friendships out there. He mentioned Rick down here in St. George, and he broke down in a parking lot or something, had the hood open on his Jeep. And my grandson, we just finished a TJ build for him anyway. He sees the Jeeper broke down, so he cruises over, hey, you okay? And they start talking, and And then it comes out that, oh, it's Dennis, it's my grandpa, and this is that. And so he immediately starts talking to the kid about his Jeep. You know, that's what you do. He's like, so what year's your Jeep? And he's like, oh, frame's a 97, the tub was off a 98, this motor was a 3.6, it came in, this 3-liter came, you know, starts going through that. And anyway, Rick comes up and he goes, your grandson is a real Jeeper. And I'm like, thank you. That was so awesome to hear. So, Rick, if you know Rick Pewe, this guy, he is a pioneer in off-road storytelling. You know, they listed that on that. Amen. You know, that guy can tell a story. He's been there, done that, and tells the story. He's great at engineering. Shannon just talked about the fact that he was in the industry doing things. Engineering and wheeling, longtime journalist, builder, competitor. Rick preserved and promoted the culture of rock sports while helping the industry innovate. Yeah, he has done a lot for this industry. So, God, the guy's everywhere. I freaking ran into him in Saudi Arabia one time. It's like, Rick, what are you doing here? Yeah, he's everywhere. So, welcome, Rick Pewe. Come on up, bud. You requested that song, right?
And those sandals are hidden on the brand new Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, it's a sandal. You grab that thing.
Brett and I have been together since we dodged an award.
Oh yeah.
2000 whatever.
A century ago or so.
Yeah, something.
It's funny because Ranch said to me, do you want to MC this thing? And I was like, no. I don't like talking in front of people. He's like, you had a TV show. I was like, that's one guy with a camera. But if you guys don't know, Rick Pewe gave me a job 20 some years ago. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this guy. And he has done a lot of great stuff for all of you and for all these guys that go rock crawling. Rick was like, Fred, go cover this rock crawl. And I was like, all right. I was a little green kid and I loved every minute of it.
And you did well at it.
I did all right.
Yeah, you did all right. Gave you a career.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, Fred.
Yep.
All right, thank you guys. I mean, you talk about people going back years and years and years. Yeah, it's like Shannon. I remember Shannon, he was, couldn't have been more than 16, 17. I had my own four-wheel drive shop, Republic Off-Road in Tempe, Arizona. And he comes into the back door. Because why? He liked to fiddle with things, right? He liked to weld. He liked to fix things. He wasn't just going to buy parts. So sure enough, there was Shannon. He come in the back door with a 30-pack or something. You had to pay rent, right? And that's how the guys, he started with. I showed him how to do things and had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun teaching a lot of people a lot of things. And then they started teaching me. I remember one time Shannon sent me a cocktail napkin. And on it, he had drawings of a quarter elliptic spring. I wonder where he did that. And that was before the rock crawling stuff. And the whole industry started because people were wanting to do things to their vehicles. Sure, they were all trail riders and everything else. Competition was the most important thing. They wanted to make their vehicles do better. And so it became sort of a thing where the actual drivers were also fabricators. And that's what makes this sport a little bit different. You have an F1 driver racing around somewhere, he's probably never lifted a wrench or fixed his own car. You guys, every one of you, know more than the average mechanic about how to do things. And that's really a testament to the sport itself. One of the things the sport has done is drive innovation, because who had portals and quarter elliptics and crazy stuff, right? And also the people that drove. I remember Currie's, going out with Currie's once. I thought, oh, well, let's go drive with the people. I'm editor, I'm gonna write about it. But I couldn't keep up with them on the Juicy Trail. They would go zip, 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 zip up to an obstacle and then elegantly crawl over things like they should, and then zip, zip, zip to the next one. I learned a lot from that. And same way with Chris Durham. Met him in South Carolina somewhere, Tellico, I think it was. And he was just thrashing things, and doing things that nobody else was doing at the time. And that's exactly how it showed. So throughout my career, I really appreciate learning from all of you and realizing that you guys are what made me do my job so much. It was really something honored to be given this award. And I'd like to thank my wife, Laura, for putting up with my addiction to Jeeps. Mike Flores for not only helping Shannon all these years, but being one of my best customers for 40 years. And he's still here, yeah. Air Flores, remember that. So thank you all, I appreciate it. Maybe I'll go do another story and tell a good story sometime for y'all. Thank you.
Love you, Rick.
And they were still getting podiums, these two kids. Raised and still living in South Dakota. Developed a bunch of trails around the Black Hills, a lot of us still used today. But he opened this business in probably the 90s, before rock crawling was even a thing. And this business was called Twisted Customs. And if you ever saw a Twisted Customs car, you knew immediately, because Jason was not only a great fabricator, oops, I said his name. This guy was not only a great fabricator, he was an incredible airbrush artist. And he would stay up all night or nights on end to paint these cars, his cars, customer cars, just to have them go out and get bashed in the first course on a rock crawling event. Just blew me away. But these things were like SEMA ready buggies. But after the CJ7, he realized he was outgunned and started building his own tube chassis. Started building with rear steer, and he perfected the rear steer. Him and one of his customers, Tracy Jordan, were impossible to beat if they were allowed to use rear steer. Thankfully, guys like Rich penalized him for that, so we had a chance. Otherwise, there would have been no chance. Now, if you don't have rear steer, you can't compete. It's just it's just a fact of rock crawling, and what a difference those things make. So, in true Twisted Custom fashion, this guy builds cars. He still builds cars. He's created his own spec series, and once a year they have an event in Montana, and it happens to be today or this week. So our next living legend is not able to be here tonight. I talked to him last week. He's very honored and humbled, just like everybody here is so humble. Or they are humble. But it's Jason Paule from Twisted Customs, OG rock crawler, and hopefully we have a good year.
The Rock Motorsports Hall of Fame, one of the things I kept on raising my hand saying, hey, we need to recognize those families and organizations that really contribute to multiple generations. Honestly, this is probably one of the biggest things, because it's not just one person, but they're investing into the next generation and the next generation, the next generation. So as we were kind of working towards that, and as the nominations came through, of course, I know a lot of these families that have done this, and I'm not allowed to vote or say anything, so I just kind of kept my mouth shut. But The one awesome thing is that luckily, one of the families I think it's being the very first is actually something to be really honored just in itself, because it means that you made some of the biggest first impacts into this sport that honestly, I've been in all forms of motorsports, racing. Rock Motorsports actually does a difference in actually influencing people to purchase product. I can guarantee that. So I think that that's something that is remarkable. This family started out with their, number one, it's the Currie family. So we are gonna introduce and bring up the Currie family for that. And they started out with their father, Frank, who actually in 1959 started out building drivelines in his garage. And then Ray and John and their brother kept on doing it. Then you've got, of course, Casey, which everyone knows has done an incredible thing for the sport, period. And then Cody has done a lot of contributions. And obviously, you've got Brandon and Amanda who are coming in and really doing a lot with Rock Jock. And this family has really now spanned 4 generations. Casey Currie's sons are also getting involved with Rock Motorsports. So I really would love to honor, and I'm extremely honored to actually be able to present this award to the Currie family. I would love all the Currie family to please come up here for a photo shoot. I think Ray Currie is going to come and speak a little bit on behalf of this remarkable family. Thank you guys so much for everything you've done for our sport.
The Currie family defines rock motorsports. From Frank Currie's vision to his sons John, Ray, and Charles, building Currie Enterprises into an off-road powerhouse, their impact is unmatched.
Thank you.
Together, the Curries embody why the Legacy Award exists at all. A multi-generational force shaping and inspiring the entire world of rock motorsports.
You guys put on something fantastic. It's great to be here, and obviously we're huge in the family. I got the same problem. Obviously my grandpa was a big inspiration to all of us, and my dad and my uncles are huge for me. We live it, we love it. This is our life. We love everything about it. The customers, the friends, the family, and even everybody that works for all of us. So we're close. We absolutely love being out here with everybody and being a passionate family about winning and being on the trail and treating the customers right and doing everything we can to grow the industry and make this place better. So we love absolutely everybody out there, and thank you guys so much. And my dad and my uncle, because they kick ass and do so much for the whole Currie family.
Yeah, I don't really know to say it. I was looking at that. Yeah, I should have mentioned my dad, because he kind of pushed us into this. At one point, when we were Currie Enterprises, but we weren't doing a lot of off-road stuff because we were really in the hot rod industry. He says, we should all buy Jeeps. We were actually into Broncos at one time. My dad had a Bronco. We were fixing up these Broncos, and I had a couple Broncos, and I don't think Ray had a Bronco. And then we realized the Broncos were like 1,000 pounds heavier than a Jeep. So we got to some of these events, and the Jeeps would outperform us. And my dad comes back from, I think, one of the events. He goes, you know what? I think we should all build some Jeeps. So we all went out and bought like CJ7s at the time. This was probably in the mid to late 80s. So, and that kind of got us on this road of building stuff for Jeeps. And we all loved off-roading, from motorcycles to buggies to whatever we were doing. I mean, he was taking us down to Baja, and I remember going down there like 1969 just to watch all these cars fly by us, and we drive back. And, you'd see him for like 5 minutes, that's it. Yeah. Well, Pernelli Jones, that was him. He was like 5 miles out there. We could barely see him go by. So, but it's been an amazing trip. now we're passing it on to our kids, which is very hard to talk about. So, yeah, my daughter Amanda, my son Brandon, my wife Donna, Casey, my brother Ray. Now Ray's gonna talk for you. So.
I'm not a very good public speaker, but I'm the behind the scenes guy. So, but this is definitely the fourth generation. My dad was in the first event, right? In New Mexico, wherever it was, but your co-driver. So my dad actually competed in rock crawling and went to every one of his events, I'm sure. They had my truck and my Jeep. The Rocky Road was my personal Jeep. And they pretty much wore it out. And it was a fantastic learning experience at those early years. And when he was doing it with the Fire Ant and the Rocky Road, and then the real fun started when we hooked up with Shannon Campbell, and he's bringing these ideas to us, and we're going to do this upside down, we're going to do it backwards, we're going to do it upside down and backwards. All these different parts we're having to create to fill his needs and dreams. And between John and Shannon, it just kept getting more and more extreme. And I loved it because that's the stuff I got to talk about and used to promote our own products. So Shannon, well deserved. Love you, man.
Love you guys.
So like I said, I'm a horrible public speaker. I have definitely have the Currie curse. Can't look over here. And but I love this industry. Days like today, where we shared the trail with a lot of you guys, that's what it's all about. And I'll see you on the trail.
Yeah, and you can tell we're still competitive because we're actually racing each other on the trail or trying to see who's going to do it the easiest or whatever. So, and we're trying to figure out, well, who's going to go first, because we don't want to be the first one. We want to be the second one so we can see what they did wrong so we could do it right. So, but we had fun today, and I want to thank, Rich and Ranch. Ranch is, he's always been great. During ARCA and everything, so it's been a fun time. And thank you guys for all coming out.
My uncle is inspiration, obviously, to a lot of people, but for myself, he spends a tremendous amount of time helping make my career a lot better. People don't know, but he spent a lot of time with me in the rocks from 2009 up until this day. We spend 15 to 20 days by ourselves at the hammers, pre-running, focusing on lines and how to drive. A lot of my skill comes from him, and he's one of the best.
You've had some kind of influence on this industry here. Have you got anything left?
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that at all. I don't really know what to say other than I like off-roading. We're still doing it. We're still coming out here and having fun, enjoying each other, and it's. I always said it wasn't just off-roading. It's that the companionship and that it's the social thing as well as an off-road competitive thing. you know, we're out here driving around having fun. And there's a little bit of competitiveness, you know, in us. You know, whatever we're doing, we're trying to do it right. We're trying to do it better than the next guy. We're trying to show our kids how to do it. And you see me trying to show my daughter how to do it. And I'm not the best spotter. You know, I don't know. You know, they say I'm yelling at him. Says I don't think I was yelling, but it was the way you said it. But we have a lot of fun doing it, and she's getting to be a really, really good. She's getting her confidence. Put it that way. You know, there's something, you know, about that the confidence that you can do it that makes you do it. And I think my dad had that. You know you're going to do it before you even start. You know we're going to finish this deal. So I've already said a lot for a Currie up here. So I'm going to give way for somebody else. And yeah, I didn't mention my dad earlier, but my dad, you know, he was our biggest inspiration. So all we could do is try to do, you know, as good as he did. So, and thank you.
We understand, you get it, but Rich, you want to do this one? I'm a little intimidated with this one.
So I've obviously got some notes here, but I've got a story that it's actually one of my favorite Shannon Campbell stories. I was in another life before Trail Hero, was with We Rock and my dad, and we held an event in Globe, Arizona. And I thought, you know, we're getting ready for the event, and Shannon's first up on course, and it's kind of terrible weather. And I'm like, where's Shannon at? I'm looking for him. His vehicle's not around, he's not around, and somebody goes, I think he's in his pit. So I ran down the mountain and over to his pit, and I just bust open the door. And here's Shannon, and I look at him, and here's a table, and there's like a shot in front of him, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, man, I gotta calm the nerves. And he pounds that thing, and I'm like, oh, well, you're on course right now, let's go. And that was like one of the things I thought, you know, maybe a perfect example of that also is like my own dad going on the Rubicon, and he hit every single rock. He's like, I'm gonna do this sober. And it was a terrible idea. He needed to have a couple beers or else he made him a better driver. And I look at Shannon, and obviously the sport and everything's gone a long way since then, and I'm sure he's not doing that kind of stuff anymore, right? But I always thought that was a really funny story because it gave me a little insight that even all these guys I look up to, every one of them, but you know, they also have nerves. And you can see some of that tonight and the humility behind their great accomplishments. And I think it's really cool to see that aspect of these heroes of the sport. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and read the notes now. If I can get to them, I lost my place here. All right. Shannon Campbell has spent his career defining what it means to compete in rock crawling and rock racing. Known as one of the fearless drivers in our history of the sport, Shannon earned his reputation behind the wheel, taking on the gnarliest obstacles with unmatched skill and nerve. And to actually touch on that, I was at an XRA race in Cortez, and he jumped off of like a tabletop jump, and the steering wheel came off in his hands as he was mid-flight. But from the earliest days of competitive rock crawling through the birth of Ultra 4 and King of the Hammers, Shannon has not just kept the pace with the sport, he's driven it forward. His willingness to innovate has led to some of the most advanced rock racing vehicles ever built. Shannon doesn't just drive, he engineers, he designs, and he builds. And if you don't watch his YouTube, it's pretty amazing stuff, and you should. I'm gonna plug that for you, Shannon. But Shannon's influence goes beyond the trophies and podiums. He has inspired countless drivers to push harder, to innovate more, and to believe that limits are meant to be broken. His name carries weight because his actions, on and off the course, have shown what it takes to be a true Hall of Famer. Tonight, we recognize a man who embodies the competitive spirit of rock motorsports. Please join us in inducting Shannon Campbell into the Rock Motorsports Hall of Fame.
Say, I was just up here blubbering a little bit ago, and I was thanking Randy Ellis for getting me into off-roading, and I also want to tell you that I want to kick you in the junk. We were at our very first rock crawl down in New Mexico, and Randy tipped over on live ESPN, and our beer went flying out, and they made us quit drinking while we were competing. So Randy, I hate you for that, but I guess it's a good thing. Like I said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for 99% of the people in the crowd, from sponsors to friends, everything. I'm very fortunate. The family I have in the off-road industry and the people that look up to me, I have no idea why, because my mom wouldn't think so. She's, I'm a bad influence on kids, and so please don't grow up to be like me. Grow up to be better than me, and thank everybody that's involved in everything and the reason I'm here. So thank you guys. I don't want to waste no time. Let's drink about it. And thank you for all this cool stuff.
My babies are good.
Oh, yeah.
But he was contacted, you know, he passed away before this could happen to get him get this award to him. But still, he was more than a racer, I think, to all of us. His career just spanned decades. He did so much. The dust of the desert, to short course racing, the abuse that gave him. And then he came into the boulders and the rocks that formed the heart of the sport that we're celebrating here today. Some of these stats here, he had over 150 race victories and championships. How do you even do that? That's amazing, 150 of them. Walker understood speed, stamina, and strategy. Yeah, it took all of those things to win. And this legacy that he built, it wasn't just in racing. He also founded Walker Evans Racing. So known for shocks, wheels, components, all with the gold standard, you know, all really good stuff. But I think this really says it all. It says, when others weren't sure if rock crawling could grow to a premier motorsport, Walker saw its future. He recognized its potential. He invested in it and inspired others to take it seriously. He invested in it, inspired others to take it seriously. Such an important part. He provided Rock Motorsports with the appeal to the recreational crowd, to families, to the weekend warriors. He was a competitor, innovator, and an entrepreneur, and a friend to so many in this community. And I am so honored to be able to present, to have this award, and to be able to talk about Walker and have him inducted into the Rock Motorsports Hall of Fame. We have a good friend of Walker's here. Oh, there is he over here somewhere? Where is he? We've got Joel Randall that is going to come up and accept the award on behalf of Walker.
I know his family's going to appreciate it, and they weren't able to be here. And just like everybody else that's in this sport, it's really emotional when you get up here. So I hope you give me a little leeway. Walker came into this sport, and everybody was excited for him to come into it. I mean, it was a real boost for the sport and for just all the media coverage and everything that he brought with him. And I think I speak for everybody here when it was just really an honor to have him come join us. And I was really lucky, being with the Goodyear team, and he came with me, and actually I was working with my daughter getting ready for a women's rock crawling event, and he came with us and wheeled for 2 or 3 days. I can't remember. I think he actually borrowed a rig from Harold Off to go with us, and it was amazing. He was I know a lot of people know him as just ruthless and a competitor, but he was a very genuine, humble person. If you got to be with him on one-on-one basis, you know that. And I know a lot of you guys did. So I just want to say it's an honor to be up here, and he would definitely handle this better than me, because he was, after 150 championships, you probably get good at doing this. But thank the Rock Crawling, Rock Motorsports Hall of Fame, Ranch, Rich, and everybody for helping to push this sport forward. And like I said, it's an honor, and he's obviously the biggest legend that ever did this, so we have to appreciate that. Thank you all.
Headed out of the Gala. Good night. They put on a good party.
A good time.
Yeah. I know you enjoyed yourself with some good friends. That was nice to see. Yeah. Well deserved for all of you.
Love you guys. I'll see you after a while. See you mañana.